Good morning. My name is Rayna Jacob. I'm a final year architecture student from DC School of Architecture and Design. Today, I will be presenting to you my thesis, Hyderabad Urban Center. Introduction. An urban center is determined by the physical environment and the social quality of the urban space. It can be said it is influenced by the people, space, and interaction. The state of Telangana is proposing under the Hyderabad Metropolitan Development Authority (HMDA) a Hyderabad Habitat Center. It will be modeled on the lines of India Habitat Center in Delhi with the aim of promoting regional heritage and art culture. Feasibility. Hyderabad has become a hub for information technology, pharma, and biotech companies. Major tech companies already have offices in the capital, with other companies announcing plans to invest in the state. Since the city core is reaching the limit in terms of density, development is happening on the fringes by the HMDA. The HMDA intends to develop Hyderabad Habitat Center in 14.3 acre of HMDA land at Izzat Nagar. The significance of the proposal is the following based on connectivity. The site is 7 kilometers away from the 8-lane outer ring road which connects the old city to the periphery regions. Accessibility. The site is situated at the vicinity of two forms of public transportation, the local MMTS railway station and the metro station. Functional relevance. The proposed area is in the vicinity of commercially and culturally significant buildings. The lack of offices related to built environment and settlements provides an opportunity for this field. For the design references of the project, 2 live case studies and 3 literature case studies were done. For the comparative analysis, the case studies involving the whole building complexes are compared on the basis of site planning, access, zoning, circulation and functional efficiency. Site study and analysis. Hyderabad is located in the northern part of Deccan Plateau with topography of sloping rocky terrain and hot semi-arid climate. The 14.3-acre site located in Isat Nagar is adjacent to high-tech city, the home to the booming IT industry of the city. This is the site plan depicting the immediate neighboring buildings and the contours with section A and section B. The road to the site is through secondary road from the main highway, which holds moderate traffic as it acts as a branch between the two perpendicular highway roads. This provides the advantage of less traffic congestion while being at an easy access from the major roadways. The microclimate analyzed is as follows. The strong breeze from the west is predominantly and the southeast directions, with south-oriented sun path. Contour level of 30 meter with higher close contours running up at the southern region. It helps in storm water runoff except for the flatter regions which lead to waterlogging. The proposed site is a rocky terrain with abundant quantity of stone. The site is less vegetated with medium upheavals of up to 3 meters in height, sparse amount of wild grass and shrubs. SWOT analysis. Strength. The site is located at the highest point in the vicinity, which allows good views and vistas of the building. The MMTS line running close to the site will bring public into the area. Easily accessibility to the nearby metro and bus stop. Presence of important buildings in the precinct which allows to function as a part of a larger network. Opportunities. The terrain of the site can be utilized maximum in the design. The presence of condos can help in creating interesting public areas. The road to Hyundai showroom can be extended to provide different entries to the site. Weakness. As the land around is still completely undeveloped, it is difficult to respond to the future development. The terrain is not suitable for underground parking and the access to the site is only through the NAC campus road. Threats: if the future development in the vicinity does not go as planned, there is a chance for the project to be isolated and/or fall. Design program. As per the broad outlines provided, the area distribution covers more than 50% for office workspace with other program components in appropriate percentages. Uses of the complex would be varied in nature given the kind of spaces proposed. The notable operational norms followed were the setback distance, which is taken as 6 meters from all sides, and the permissible FAR of 1.5. The proximity chart and privacy figure helps in zoning of the program components. Similar functions of cultural value such as convention center, galleries, auditorium are preferred to be adjacent with substantial yet approachable distance to commercial and recreational functions. For the degree of privacy, the area farthest from the road can be zoned as private, while those along the edge are public. Concept. The basic concept behind the project is the creation of small urban space with thriving social and promoting cultural sustainability. This is achieved through cultural spaces which respond to the context and good public spaces. Key parameters were established to bring out the design concept, which is environmental features, which include sustainable design by maintaining the contour of the site, natural shapes and forms, which can be achieved through the replication of the organic form of the terrain, light and space, which determines the study of microclimate to understand the need to establish the quality of a space. Place-based relationships are the approach which associates the design of the building on the basis of the city context and culture. For place-based relationship, further contextual studies were done, since the project is considered to emphasize the cultural and historical relevance of the city. Traditional influences of the old city of Hyderabad were taken, which are gateways mark the sequence of realm, acting as a transitional space. Building complexes are preferred over large monolithic buildings since it manifests the social factor. The importance of pedestrian path which allows continuity in the urban tissue. The presence of courtyards in residences and squares in commercial sectors as an interactive public space. The architecture style of lattice jali work and the distinguishable grid window screen facade in commercial sectors. The use of clock tower as a marker due to its historical and cultural value since it was used as a tool for prayer for the Hyderabad Nizams. Zoning. Zoning was done on the basis of the following design determinants. Based on the terrain, there is a culmination of different contour levels extending as an inverted U protrusion towards the south, more close contour resulting in comparatively flatter terrain. Volumetric disposition. The building form will be complementary to the protrusion of the extending contour. The fragmentation of the build form will bring accessibility and the network to the central portion. It can be used as a public spine which connects a path along to the length of the site. Based on functional efficiency, since the urban center consists of two opposing functions, cultural and office, site planning should be designed in such a way that the functions, even though in vicinity, should not affect each other's environment. The north portion of the site is cut off from the main site body, can be distinguished for the function of parking, since the southwest corner of the site is acute area of space, which is at a distance from the rest of the site, providing privacy. It can be zoned as a service yard. The vehicular access can be limited to the periphery until the drop-off at each building block. This is to instigate pedestrian circulation without disturbance of vehicles. This is the master plan of the Hyderabad Urban Center, covering a site area of 58,000 square meter with a build-up area of 29,076.6 square meter, with FAR of 0.5 and a coverage of 9%. As we look into the isometric site plan, the north entrance leads to the front of the convention center, around which the road leads to the other blocks, the hotel, library, auditorium and office. The south entrance leads to the parking lot of the office block and to the peripheral roads. The cut-off north side houses the multi-story park, which is connected to the main site through the footbridge. The service yard is placed on the southwest corner of the site, which includes generator block, electricity yard, and a wastewater management. It doesn't interfere with the rest of the building blocks with a separate service road to it. Key parameters established to bring out the design concept are environmental features in which site contour and boulders are maintained without much disturbance, natural shapes and forms, which is achieved through the replication of the terrain to the organic building form it rests upon. Light and space is determined by the shape of the building blocks for good spaces with shade and spaces in need of daylight. Under place-space relationship, certain contextual design elements have been recreated, which are the ramp leading to the public path through the convention center acts as a transitional space, a gateway which leads to the central park, the placement of multiple complexes to instigate pedestrian activity, and a clock tower in the central park as a placemaking element. These parameters are evidently depicted in the master plan. Split into three levels, the blocks are placed on the natural terrain with the convention center at 0 ground level and the office block at plus 5-meter ground level. The vehicular access is limited to the periphery and to the drop-off points at each building blocks so as to not disturb the inner pedestrian circulation. Since Central Park is surrounded by built forms, it helps in creating an active public realm bustling with undisturbed pedestrian circulation. All the blocks are accessible through the Central Park as well as the outer drop-off points of respective blocks. The service entry is through the west end of the outer road, which follows a similar path as the vehicular circulation but limiting the service drop points of different blocks. For the open spaces, the Central Park acts as an axial origin in the site. Split into two levels of 2 meter, the path begins from the gateway of the convention center and ends at the entrance to the office block. The presence of the Clock Tower Plaza helps in acting as a landmark with cultural and historical relevance. The Convention Center. The first building visible when entering the site, the Convention Center is designed to complement the contour it rests upon. The ground floor mainly consists of dining lounge, a banquet hall, and administrative offices and services. The lawn next to the banquet hall can be used as its extension for an outdoor event or function. The service loading areas provided necessary privacy by placing it under the stairs. Two ramps follow up the outer curve of the center to the public path which acts as a transitional space leading to the central park. The public path acts as a forum between the functions on the first floor where art galleries, food court, and multipurpose are present. The second floor is split into two wings, with the right wing acting as a business center and the left wing acting as a convention hall. The library. In the library block, the ground floor is dedicated for sculpture gallery and a workshop with an inviting expansion of footpath as a placeholder for sculptures. The office and services of the library sector is at the ground floor. The first floor can be accessed by 2 points of entry, the Central Park and the peripheral pocket parks, which opens up to the double-height space which consists of a cafe, reading lounge, learning center with multi-purpose room, computer workstations placed at the second floor, led through a central staircase. The auditorium. 3 points of entry to the auditorium are through the pocket road led past the convention center and from the stairs at the south and through the central park. The auditorium has 700 seating capacity including ground and balcony seat with VIP lounge, adequate green rooms, and backstage requirements. The auditorium is designed over a steep contour with the ground floor splitting into three levels. Office. The office block is accessible from two points of entry from the parking lot, which leads straight to the core, and one point of entry through the central garden. The ground floor of the office block is divided into three sectors: the recreational sector, public sector, and the service sector. The presence of a central atrium forges the connection between the floors. The first and the second floor is zoned as offices for each company for their respective floor areas. The common central area is zoned as a cafe for interaction of inter-office employees. The volume from the outer length to the atrium consists of three-room blocks, which is a confined courtyard flanked by two offices. This is designed to facilitate the courtyard as an interactive space, bringing in innovation and discussion with the inclusion of seating, green spaces, and daylight. Since the exact manner of office is not mentioned, one office unit has been detailed out as a layout. The office planning includes an open plan with a central spine which acts as a circulation as well as interaction. The unobstructed space encourages discourse, built with different functional neighborhoods, which help influence the collaborative approach to the layout. Each employee is provided with adjacent desks and chairs, with the presence of huddle room in between few desks. The central spine includes sofa lounges, tabletops, which instigates at spaces of discussion. It also leads to the entry into the confined courtyards common to the other offices as well. The meeting room is placed towards the end of the unit, alongside the managing director's cabin. A path around the meeting room leads to the pantry and the break room, providing necessary privacy. Hotel. The hotel is designed by including the accommodation functions as well as the member club facilities. The ground floor of the block consists of game room, restaurant, indoor and outdoor, and administrative offices and services. The external platform, which is stepped down 2 meters from the ground floor level, creates an intimate outdoor venue, which is extended to the lawn with the form of building, providing an effective quality of privacy and space. The first floor includes 10 standard rooms with a terrace exit due to access the gym and the swimming pool. And the second and floor consists of 5 deluxe rooms. The footbridge on the north side of the site connects the parking lot to the main project site. It helps in providing a direct connection to the site without crossing the road. The multi-story parking is strategically placed at the north cut-off portion of the site, ensuring a manageable distance from the functions. There is a single entry and exit point each, with peripheral slope leading to the next parking level. There are 324 parkings which are situated over 8 stories. For the application of special topic, I have taken climate adaptive facade. The climate in Hyderabad is semi-arid. Thermal comfort in semi-arid climate is mainly achieved by natural ventilation, which creates a cooling effect on the skin. This type of climate needs sun protection and ventilation elements. As a solution, double skin facades, almost a self-explanatory name for facade system consisting of two layers, usually glass, wherein air flows through the intermediate cavity. The building blocks are unified in facade design, influenced by the contextual study of the Hyderabad city. It resembles The grid-like screen facades found of residences in commercial sectors. The double-skin facade is designed with two units of white glass fiber reinforced concrete, flanked by grid-like jali work. Analyzing the orientation of the build form on the site, walls exposed to the south have solar shading with the walls facing north, more window openings to facilitate north light. As shown in the figure, the Jali facade blocks the direct sun and help control heat gain. The buffer zone helps in facilitating diffuse light into the building interiors. The facade panel detailing has also been done. The low E glass is an additive or a very thin layer incorporated to the glass composition. It limits the amount of heat transmitted through the glass as well as the UV rays. Glass fiber reinforced concrete, which is used for the construction of the facade panels, is lightweight and flexible, environmentally friendly, high tensile strength, can be molded into various textures, color, and surface finish.